It's time to seek out help. Mental health is one of the most important building blocks to a healthy life. Tune into Counselors Chat every Wednesday at noon and listen to many topics that pertain to good mental health. With Ruth Altamura-Roll, a licensed professional counselor, as your host, you will learn about many facets of good mental health. Let's remove the stigma. Go to www.altarollcounselor.net for more information about my practice. And please follow me on Counselors Chat on Facebook. Remember, Counselors Chat every Wednesday at noon. I wish you good mental health. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Counselors Chat. I am Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for today's program. I am also a licensed professional counselor. I have my master's in counseling and I'm nationally certified as a counselor. I am bringing you Counselors Chat for several reasons. One is to provide some education about mental health, what licensed professional counselors do, and also to remove the stigma around seeking out mental health counseling. I am currently looking to get myself connected here to, where's that? Just so we can get going here. Anyway, I was gone for the last couple of weeks, and I honestly I'm not sure if we ran shows or not. I think we did. It would be my fault if we didn't, as I really was running around, getting ready to go on a lovely trip. Went to London, England, rented a car. My husband drove on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the car for several days. Lovely trip. And then actually went to Paris for a few days. So saw a lot, feet hurting, averaged about 9 miles a day walking. It was a lot of walking, a lot of history. Saw Stonehenge. So we saw a good maybe 7,000 years worth of history, which was really fantastic. I think it's a really positive experience to travel outside of the United States to see how other people live. And I love going to Europe. Anyway, and I'm really grateful of having had the good fortune to be able to do that. So I'm not here to talk about vacationing, which is good for good mental health. I'm actually here to talk about bullying. And the reason that my topic today is about bullying is it is National Bullying Awareness Month. And as many of you know, as you tune in and listen to Counselors Chat, that I do tend to pick things that are established as like National Bullying Awareness Month or Alcoholism Awareness Week or Banana Bread Day, something like that. Anyway, today the topic is bullying. One of the things I did not do is I did not promote my show. I did not get back home until about 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and having unpacked and needing much sleep, I did not really get the opportunity to promote my show today. So hopefully I am getting some viewers. Otherwise, I will hopefully be promoting it later. So you may not watch it live. You may end up watching it as a Counselors Chat, either on my Counselors Chat Facebook page or on when I promote it to other Facebook groups, which I also do. And again, it is really about providing some education and to also, remove the stigma. Bullying is a huge issue. We're living in a really interesting time where bullying in some ways is being encouraged. So in other words, if you don't think the way I think, I have the right to bully you. Which is, I believe, highly inappropriate. And bullying is about a power struggle. I'll say it that way. I, the bully, am going to use my skills, my physical strength, my verbal strength, to harm someone else, to put them in their place, to treat them badly, humiliate them, shame them, intimidate them. We tend to think of bullying as something that happens with children. Children bullying other children. Again, it's always an aggressive power play. In the state of New Jersey, bullying in schools can be a reportable offense, meaning that Child Protection Services can get involved. So it's not just you go to the principal's office. It's something that's greater than that. It's more serious than that. And bullying can have serious, long-lasting consequences to the person who is being bullied. Someone can end up with post-traumatic stress disorder. It has been known to intimidate to the point where children and adults may even commit suicide. It is an extremely aggressive behavior by someone else, where they are trying to get and gain control over someone else. There are several types of bullying. 3 main types. The first type is verbal. So it means I'm saying mean things. I'm calling you names. I'm teasing. I might be making inappropriate sexual comments, taunting, or threatening to cause harm. So as you can see, just using words like that, being a verbal bully can really disrupt someone's sense of self-esteem and their sense of safety. So if I am threatening to cause harm in some way, I may not touch you, but you're now afraid that you will be touched in some way, punched, hit, cornered. Taunting. Taunting can be really painful. Making fun of. Inappropriate comments. Inappropriate sexual comments. Inappropriate comments in general. You look funny. You smell funny. You act funny. Name calling. Stupid, dumb. You look like a frog. 4 eyes. I mean, I know those are older, but they're still the same things. Calling someone out because of their ethnicity or their skin color, making fun of them because of their hair, teasing them because they wear glasses, or they may come from a situation where they don't speak English very well, or they don't have a lot of money, so they may not have top-notch clothing or poor hygiene, or whatever the situation. We don't necessarily know. I'm talking about kids don't necessarily know what's going on in other children's homes, but they can become really mean and vicious with words. Then we have social bullying. Okay, social bullying involves hurting someone else's reputation or relationship. It can include leaving someone out on purpose. So, I don't want to sit with you. You can't sit with us. You have to go sit over there. Kids will do this frequently. Telling other children not to be friends with someone else. You don't want to be friends with her. You don't want to be friends with him. Even to the point where you don't want to talk to that neighbor. You don't want to talk to them because of their skin color or their religion. Okay? So I want to underscore that it's not just related to children. Spreading rumors about someone. Okay? That is social bullying. Embarrassing someone in public. So we're even seeing this on a political level, where you may have people of one party, basically people of the Republican Party, being embarrassed in public. Getting death threats, not being able to go into a restaurant, being taunted. That's the verbal bullying. Teased. And embarrassed in public. Then we have physical bullying. Now, physical bullying involves hurting someone else's body or their possessions. Hitting, kicking, pinching, spitting, tripping someone, pushing someone, breaking someone's things or taking their things and taunting them with it, giving mean or rude hand gestures. I'm not going to demonstrate. We all know what I mean. Physical bullying is also painful. All these things are painful. Now, you think about when bullying happens, physical, social, verbal bullying, and it happens over and over again. It becomes traumatic. So let's say physical bullying. Someone threatens to hurt you, may even punch you, kick you, trip you. So what happens is now I've been traumatized by this situation. I'm leery about going near that person or going down that street or going to my classroom because it's been traumatic. My safety has been compromised. Now, bullying can happen in many places. Of course, during school hours, on the playground, which we're not doing that quite as much as we should for kids, on a school bus, in the neighborhood, traveling to and from school, in the backyard, internet bullying, neighbor to neighbor, coworker, so it could be in the workplace, it can be a boss to a subordinate, it could be peer-to-peer bullying. Bullying can really happen anywhere. Again, the most common thread of bullying is when one person is trying to have power over another. It can happen in a crowded museum. People pushing to get through, to be the first one to see something. Intimidation. Internet bullying is a very interesting thing. Also called cyberbullying. Most common places are things like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Usually they're short messages that are sent. And we have a lot of concern over that. Oftentimes it can be persistent, so someone is consistently bullying someone based on taunting, verbal threats. It can be very brief. It can be long-term. The thing about using the internet, as we know, is that using the internet makes information permanent and public, so that the damage can be really long-term. It needs to get reported when that happens, and we need to also let authorities know so it can be removed. It can have a negative effect on one's reputation, including the impact of college admissions, employment, or other areas of life. So in other words, if I'm the bully, and what they do now, so I want to go to college or get a job. One of the things that happen is your employer, the admissions office at the school, they will go in, they will check you out. They will look and see what's going on. Wow, this person tends to be a bully. Look at how they're talking about other people, or they've been bullied. That might be another signs. So that's an interesting thing. Just an interesting statistic. 19% of students in grades 9 to 12 report being bullied on school property. That's pretty high, 19%. It's almost a fifth of school students, grades 9 through 12, being bullied. I don't know how many of you may have been bullied, but it is definitely painful. So I'm going to take a little commercial. I am Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for Counselors Chat, and I will be back in a few moments after these important announcements.
Hunterdon Medical Center was started by families for families. Inside our circle of care, we offer coordinated care for your entire family, led by our outstanding family medicine physicians and specialists. Hunterdon Healthcare, your full circle of care. If you need a physician, call Hunterdon Medical Center's Physician Referral Service at 1-800-511-4HMC or visit us on the web at www.hunterdonhealthcare.org.
I'm Andy Ross. I'm chairman of the Ambassadors Committee of the Chamber. As members of the Ambassadors Committee, we contact new and renewing members of the Chamber to get their feedback on their Chamber experience and make them feel more at home with the Chamber.
Hunterdon Chamber of Commerce, building business, one business at a time.
You're listening to WHCR-DB, HunterdonChamberRadio.com, brought to you by the Hunterdon County Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business.
This is Tony Clark, paraplanner at Patton Heidi & Associates. Americans believe they should be in charge of their own future, how they will live tomorrow. Since 1894, Ameriprise Financial has worked for their clients' futures, helping millions of Americans retire on their terms, when they want, where they want, doing what they want. Today, Patton Heidi & Associates, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., remains true to the vision of always putting clients first. We are ready to help you put a confident retirement more within reach. Put the strength of a leader in retirement planning to work for you through a personal one-to-one relationship. Patton Heidi & Associates will work with you to develop a plan to help you pursue your retirement goals. Call today at 908-713-6600. Office is located at 1318 Route 31 North, Annandale, New Jersey. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Everybody over there, get on up. Everybody right there, get into it. Everybody right there, get involved. Everybody get.
Did you know the Hunterdon County Chamber of Commerce has over 20 active committees that you can participate in? Committees range from focus on business and government to economic development to events like our annual Business Expo. Contact the Chamber for more information today at 908-782-7115 or email us at info@hunterdon-chamber.org. The Hunterdon County Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business.
Well, good afternoon. This is Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for Counselors Chat. I realize I did not give the weather report a little bit earlier, so I'm going to do that right now. So today is mostly sunny with a high near 59. It is breezy with a wind gusts from 16 to 20 miles an hour. We have tonight partly cloudy with a low of 34. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 49. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low of 34. Friday, sunny with a high near 57. Friday night, showers are likely, mainly after 2 a.m., and then some showers mainly in the morning before 8 on Saturday with a high near 61. And then Sunday looks like we are going to have a sunny day with a high near 49. So that is the weather. It is currently, I don't know, it doesn't say, but the weather is actually very beautiful today. So getting back to Counselors Chat, I'm talking about bullying, how we can have different ways of bullying, verbal, social, physical bullying, all of which are damaging. There are some ways to prevent bullying. Now, the thing is that telling your child who is being bullied to go and beat someone up is not necessarily the best thing to do. But it is important as a whole to help kids understand what bullying is, to talk to them about bullying, and how to stand up for safety. Tell kids that bullying is unacceptable. And make sure that you let children know how to get help. It's really important as an adult to observe what's going on. Now, having worked with kids, a lot of times a child will come and say, no, you don't understand. So-and-so did such and such, and that's why I did such and such. And getting both sides is important. So keeping the line of communication is open. Keeping that line of communication open is important. Just because a child might say he started it or she started it does not necessarily mean that that's true. Sometimes that is a bullying tactic. And it's really important to observe. So, and I'm going to say oftentimes bullies manage to do their bullying best when not observed. But it's important to really teach kids about how to treat each other. Now, one of the things that I know happened for when I was working with 5th, 6th, and 7th graders, the teachers would talk about respect. You need to respect each other. And I remember one time asking my little group of kids that I was working with, do you know what the word respect means? They had no clue. So we need to be really clear what that means. When we're teaching children about respect, about kindness, about loving each other, being gentle with each other, Really important. What that looks like. Because if they don't know what it looks like, then chances are they don't know. Oftentimes children that are being bullied may be bullied at home. There may be something going on at home. And we have to model for them what respect looks like and what kindness looks like. If we assume that children are going to naturally ... we are often mistaken. And the reality is that a child doesn't know until they are told, taught, and it's modeled. And there are two ways, actually, two basic ways of learning. One way of learning is through modeling. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the other one is through practice. It's basically the only way that we learn. So if I teach a child to be kind and to treat others with respect, I need to do the same to them. So if I'm a parent, I need to think about how I am disciplining my child. Am I bullying my child? Am I teasing them, taunting them, pushing them around, controlling them to the point of distraction, slapping them, punching them, hitting them? What am I showing them? Now, I had this one situation I remember pretty clearly. Sixth grader did something at school. I don't even know what it was. Was called into the principal's office. The parent had to come. Here's this kid sitting in the chair like this. And both the principal and the parent were standing over them. Okay, like this. And yelling at him. You have to respect others. You can't bully. You need to pushing people around. And I just stood and observed. And then when they dismissed this child to go back to class, the principal said, so is there anything that you can offer in terms of the way we handled that situation? And I said, if you want to teach that child not to bully, you need to not bully that child. It's important get to that eye to eye. So in other words, I need to get down to their level. Okay? So if they're sitting in a chair, I need to squat down in front of them. Even if they're standing up, I don't want to lean over them. Okay? I might want to put my hand on their shoulder, and I want to make eye contact. Not where they have to look up to me, but eye contact where we're looking face to face, nose to nose. Not in their face, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay. It's saying, that behavior is not acceptable. That was hurtful. It's not nice to tease others. It's about being kind. I'm telling you with respect. I'm not yelling at you. I don't want to put you down. I'm teaching you. If you want to have respect from others, it's about respecting yourself in the way that you talk to others, the way that you treat others. Are you being kind to them? It's about teaching children how to be assertive, not aggressive. And we also don't want to teach our children how to be passive either. It's important to teach children early on. Now, we do taught, and I've said this a lot, we do tell children to play fair and that kind of thing. And it really is more about teaching children not to bully. So it's not so much about us playing fair, but is learning how to share, respect others. I've had my time with this. Now it's going to give you some time with it. Let's talk about how we make friends. Encourage children to speak to adults they can trust. So if they are being bullied, I know I could tell someone. And as an adult, give comfort, support, and advice. And again, advice isn't go become a bully and beat the bully up. Sometimes, and I've had kids do this too. Like, I really want that kid to be my friend. And he keeps bullying me. But I really want them to be my friend because he seems really popular because he's a bully and he's got followers, you see. And it's about saying, you know what? Let it go. Find somebody else to be a friend. It doesn't have to be that person. If that person is bullying you, first of all, report that person is bullying you, and then look for someone else to be your friend. It's important to also talk to children about how to stand up for themselves and how to stand up to kids who are bullies. They can use humor. They can tell them to stop. They could say, you know what? You know, and we're living again in this time, on the plane ride home, I watched a movie. Doesn't matter what the movie was. What matters is the statement before the movie. If you think this movie is going to offend someone sitting next to you, choose a different movie. There's a commercial on television about, one of those Lifeline alert buttons. Don't watch this commercial. It may be offensive to some people. The thing is, and I want to underscore this, is I cannot offend someone, even if I try to do it intentionally, unless they take offense. In other words, I want to teach someone to walk away. I want to teach someone that, you might be trying to tease me. You might be saying harsh things about me. I don't think I really want you as a friend. I'm going to walk away. I have a choice. You may say hurtful things. You might want to push me around. If I don't play the game, you can't play. And I want you to think of it this way. I'm not going to play your game. You want to intimidate me? I've lived in situations where I had a bully next door. I sold my house. I moved. I've heard of people, the awful neighbors, the bullying neighbors. And I'm not doing it. I'm moving away. I'm stepping away. I don't want any part of it. I don't need to stay there. I don't need to be there. I can talk to my superior, my boss, about a coworker. If it's my boss, I will talk to his boss or her boss. If that doesn't help, go to HR. I can even talk to the bully that I'm working with. This is how I'm feeling. You're teasing me, you're taunting me, you're putting me down. It's not working. I can always get another job. I'm never really stuck. It's important to tell kids that maybe if in a situation where there's, another student that's bullying, I might want to say, if I'm the parent, you know what, why don't you just kind of hang around your teacher a little bit for the next couple of weeks. Don't go off where you don't have an adult observing. Stay in a safe place. Be in a group of other kids that are not bullying. Make that choice. Encourage your kids to friend or help other children that are being bullied by being polite, showing kindness, getting help for them. You can even go online and download some information about bullying that you could show to your kids. And have discussions with them. That's also really important to do. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, but I need to do another commercial break. So I am Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for Counselors Chat, and I will be right back after these few other commercials.
Rab Coins of Flemington, New Jersey has been in business for over 40 years. We are highly competitive buyers of gold, silver, and platinum coins, jewelry, and scrap metals, and have recently been named the exclusive gold buyer for Diamond Nation and Health Quest. We also provide professional appraisals, sales and liquidation services for individuals, law firms, estate trustees, and bank trust departments in New Jersey and Philadelphia. Products and services include gold and silver, American and foreign coins, certified rare date and modern coins, numismatic supplies and books, gold, silver, and platinum bullion, paper currency, United States proof and mint sets, including current issues. From junior collector to the experienced investors, Rab Coin has been for the industry since 1974. Founder and owner Randy Block has been an expert and an active member of the coin industry for over 45 years. Visit us at 56 Main Street in historic downtown Flemington or call toll-free 1-800-819-9875.
Are you struggling to find the right person to stay in that critical role in your company? Trying to attract and retain millennials? Regional Personnel is your staffing solution. Located in Lebanon, New Jersey, Regional Personnel is an ASA-certified, privately held staffing and recruiting firm providing you with everything from temporary to permanent employees. As ASA-certified professionals, we employ the latest tools and techniques to find, screen, and present to you the best talent that fits your needs. The result? Access to top talent in the shortest time with the lowest chance of turnover. We guarantee it. So call Regional today at 908-534-8113 or visit us on the web at regionalpersonnel.com.
Hunterdon Medical Center was started by families for families. Inside our circle of care, we offer coordinated care for your entire family, led by our outstanding family medicine physicians and specialists. Hunterdon Healthcare, your full circle of care. If you need a physician, call Hunterdon Medical Center's Physician Referral Service at 1-800-511-4HMC or visit us on the web at www.hunterdonhealthcare.org.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Counselors Chat. I am Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for today's program. I have a small practice here in Flemington, New Jersey. I have been a counselor for over 33 years, and my practice is in its 18th year. I work with people struggling with addiction. I'm going to say that's a lot of what I do. So people who are either needing to get into a rehab, I can make those connections. People who get out of a rehab and are looking for longer term after treatment support. So I do a lot of that. I work with families who may have an addict in their home. I've done some interventions. I work with people who grew up in alcoholic or addicted homes or dysfunctional homes. A lot of work with people struggling with codependency. I do couples counseling, work with people who are depressed, anxious, have obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress. So quite a few things, I would say. Having been in this field for so long that I have had a lot of experience doing that. I love what I do, and I'm really glad that I'm able to bring Counselors Chat to provide some education and to encourage people who are struggling with things to seek out some counseling. If you are interested in finding out more about what I do and who I am, you can find me on www.altarollcounselor.net. That's altarollcounselor.net. That's my Facebook page. No, that's my website. I'm sorry. And you can follow me on Counselors Chat. And that is one of the Facebook pages that I have, where you would then be able to see other shows that I've done, because they are being broadcast there, or streamed, or whatever we call this. Anyway, if you want to make a appointment, you can call me at 908-237-2899. That's 908-237-2899. Or just make a comment about the show. If you have a topic suggestion, I would love to hear from you. So today I'm talking about bullying. Mainly three types of bullying: verbal, social, and physical bullying. That bullying is not necessarily within the realm of childhood. Adults bully. A lot of times adult bullies probably, I'm going to say, have some antisocial personality disorders or narcissism or some other things that might be going on that contribute to that. And that, I have to tell you what, you don't grow up and grow out of being a bully. You gain self-awareness and you make some changes in the way you relate to people. You may hopefully realize that as a kid, that being a bully is not working. So one of the things that is important is to have discussions with your children. Actually, research tells us that children really do look to parents and caregivers for advice and to help on tough decisions. Sometimes spending 10 or 15 minutes a day talking with your child can really help them if they have a problem. So you're opening up a channel. Every day we're going to talk. I, the adult, am going to start a conversation about what's going on in your life. I may want to ask you questions. What was one good thing that happened today? Has there been any bad things? So, as I said, just went on vacation and brought my stepson along. Every day, at the end of the day, over dinner. So what was some of their highlights for today? That was part of the daily discussion. What were some of the disappointments that you had today? And it became a conversation that we all had. Ask, what was lunchtime like at school? Who do you sit with? What do you talk about? What was it like on the bus? Anything happen on the bus? No, it's just a regular bus ride. Okay. Notice anything? I mean, all the kids having fun, or did you notice anybody picking on anybody else? Ask them, what do you think you're good at? Now, this is a self-esteem question, as well as what do you like best about yourself? And I know I've stressed this. I can give all the accolades and attaboys and good jobs to a child. I could trophy them to death. But that's not self-esteem. That's other esteem. If I want to build self-esteem, I want to ask them, what were you good at today? What did you do well? Where did you excel today? Where did you do really good? What did you enjoy doing today? What do you like best about yourself today? Where do you see that you might want to have a little improvement today? Was there something that you did that you thought you might want to improve? You can definitely talk to your child about understanding bullying. Okay? So asking them questions, again, and you don't want to ask questions that are just yes and no. Describe. Have you observed any bullying today? Yes, that's a yes-no question. Describe a scene that may have happened today where you observed bullying. That's very different. Did you see bullying today? Yes. No. can you describe a scene today where you saw one student bullying another? Well, no, but I saw a teacher bullying a student. Oh, tell me what happened. And those open-ended questions, what does bullying mean to you? Who are the adults that you trust at school that you might want to talk to if you have either observed bullying or have been bullied? Is there someone that is there someone in your school that you really feel like you could go talk to? That's important to ask. Have you ever felt, see, this is a yes or no question, it's not open-ended. Have you ever felt scared to go to school because you were afraid of bullying? Can you describe a time when you've been bullied? What have you done to change it? How have you handled that? Do you think that parents could do anything to stop bullying? What do you think that can be? Have you ever bullied? Like, do you tease anybody at school? What's that? Have you taunted anyone? Have you ever left anyone out? Do you think that was bullying maybe? Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's good to act a little stupid. Like, what do you think? So I wonder, it's a good way to start a question. I wonder what it is that you do when you see someone else being bullied. How do you respond? How do you think that person that's being bullied feels? How do you feel when you observe people being bullied? Have you ever tried to help someone who's being bullied? What would you do if it happens again? Now you can go to stopbullying.gov. Stopbullying.gov to get some of this information. That's where I am right now. There are actually PDFs that you can download and print. Keep up to date with things that are going on in your kids' lives. Read their newsletters and school flyers. Check out the school website. Go to school events. Meet the bus driver and get to know the bus driver. Meet the teachers. And go to back to school nights to meet the counselor. Share phone numbers with other kids' parents. Create a network. Create a network of safety. And encourage kids to do things that they enjoy doing. Take part in their interests and activities and hobbies. Teach your children how to volunteer, play in sports, sing in a chorus, join a youth group or a school club. It gives children the opportunity to have fun and meet other children with the same interests. And it builds confidence. And it helps them form friendships with people with similar interests. That's going to actually help protect them from being bullied because they're now in a safer group. So, if I am on the outside and I'm not part of a group and I'm not very athletic and I don't belong to any clubs and I'm not encouraged to join anything, I'm more of a target. So I want to encourage you, parents, to have your kids be active so they can meet other kids with similar interests and form that cohesive group of friends. And then lastly, model how to treat others with kindness and respect. So look at your own relationship with your significant other. Are you treating each other with kindness and respect? Siblings, what's going on? Observe, parents, observe how your children are treating each other. So bullying, of course, can happen within the family. The older brother can be bullying the younger brother. The older sister can be bullying the younger brother, however it works. Teach kids how to manage stress and conflict. And one of the best ways is how you interact with them. Are you bullying your own child? If you are, you might want to consider getting some counseling help, going to some parenting classes, learning about ways to better help yourself. So I hope this was useful. I am at the end of the show for today. I am Ruth Altamura-Roll, your host for Counselors Chat. I'm glad to be back. I am tired from quite a trip. And I will be back next week. And I am wishing you all good mental health.
When friends are not enough and you are struggling with depression, anxiety, or addictions, it's time to seek out help. Mental health is one of the most important building blocks to a healthy life. Tune into Counselors Chat every Wednesday at noon and listen to many topics that pertain to good mental health. With Ruth Altamura-Roll, a licensed professional counselor, as your host, you will learn about many